Hello, my name is Dana Beasley. For those people who don't know me, I'm here to introduce a new project that I'm working on called the Copia Center for Self-Reliance. It's something that's going to be built here in Georgetown, Texas, which has been my home now for about 2 years. The purpose of this facility is a little bit unique from the work that I've done in the past. For people who know me, I've been developing fab labs and makerspaces primarily in education for roughly the last 10 years. But there's a new lens that I'm going to be bringing to this that I've experimented with a little bit in the past, but I'm going to be doing a lot more for this facility. The self-reliance aspect ties into this model called Fab City, which if you see here behind me here on that little poster on the wall, that's the Fab City Manifesto. It's a concept that grew out of Barcelona initially, where many people got together and got the government to make a pledge to become a city that produces everything that it consumes. And in fact, they set the bar a little bit lower, set a 40-year timeline target, and the target number was 50% of everything that is consumed. But I like to hold on to the idea that that 100% is something that is possible. The mission for the facility, the Copia Center for Self-Reliance empowers all citizens to solve our own problems by providing access to tools, skills training, mentorship, and capital. We equip people to reinvent the way the world is made, with a vision of manufacturing abundance in our neighborhoods. And this is what I'm bringing forth. It's a facility that's going to have multiple components to it, and I'm going to do a series of update videos to dive into more detail on each individual component. But we have that Fab City lens that is an overlay over the entire facility. There will be a large Fab Lab component. For those who don't know what a Fab Lab is, it's a high-tech shop class. At least that's the way I've always described it. It's an open access facility that has a bunch of different tools, traditional hand and power tools, as well as a lot of automated industrial equipment from a wide variety of industries. And that is kind of the core of the entire facility is focused around having that facility there. A component of this that I'm going to be bringing in that I haven't really done too much work in the past is going to be a biolab. I believe that for the Fab City idea, growing our materials is going to be one of those ways in which we can get closer to achieving this goal of producing everything that we consume. Because if you don't have the materials already in your backyard, or you can't mine them out of the ground, what are you going to be making stuff out of? And so there's a variety of things we can do to reinvent existing materials, recycle existing materials, etc. But I think that bio-based materials are going to become a major player. And I want to be a bit at the forefront of giving people access to experiment in that direction. Something else that will kind of be its own standalone venture inside the facility is a venture studio. The venture studio is essentially a accelerator or entrepreneurship development model that also provides access to capital. They'll be able to operate independent of the rest of the facility, but they will be there to help us facilitate our members to come through there and get them access to those resources, as well as providing education, boot camps, etc., things along those lines. A major component that we'll be promoting within the space is skills training. It's a form of revenue for the facility, but a lot of my work is rooted in workforce development. And so I'm bringing that to the forefront because I want to be training people on how to use equipment, how to design for the equipment, how to repair equipment from a wide variety of industries and backgrounds. And having this facility gives us a great opportunity to do so. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody has a pet project they want to make. They just want to show up and learn some skills and be able to go off and get a well-paying job. And we're here to facilitate them to do that. Another component is going to be a media production space. We want to, modern business today has a lot of stuff. I'm recording this video in my own office in my home, but we'll, be able to have a bit more of a professional setting for doing, podcasts with both audio and video. demo videos for new equipment, for products, and then even kind of setting up a workshop studio space so that a wide variety of YouTube creators could come in and utilize this facility for doing their own workshop projects on video, on camera. And then the last component will be a co-working facility. We're going to be bringing in, providing access to private office space, open access, open desk, etc. And people will be allowed to come use that part of the facility that have no interest in going and using machines. But I feel strongly that a lot of new innovation comes from when we bring a lot of people together from varying backgrounds and professions, and we'll get a lot more innovation that way. So we're promoting this here. And here in Georgetown, Texas, there is one small co-working facility that is not even kind of that innovative or up to date as far as what a co-working facility is now seen as. So we want to bring those resources here and bring that opportunity here to provide that, to give people a way to get out of their house for those who are working at home. So look forward to more updates in a relatively frequent schedule in order to be able to share these ideas. I feel that communicating with my words and on video here it's much more impactful than my words on paper. So I'm just going to be doing this as updates, as well as getting my website up and running and getting that fully updated to reflect this information, and also a place to post these videos. At the moment, we're very, very young in this project. It's like roughly 5 weeks ago that I decided I was going to do this. I'm meeting with local government next week, also some potential funders next week. We're getting off to the races pretty quickly. So another thing to note here is that this is a nonprofit venture. It's not that we won't be bringing economics through the facility, but the nonprofit side of it really allows us to continue to focus on the core work, which is ensuring that people have access to these tools, and we're focused on giving access to those who need it most, not those who can afford it most. So if you know of anybody who would be interested to hear more about this project, anybody out there that's interested in collaborating, or have some resources to bring to the table, whether it be real estate, it be funding, it be other things as well. We're in the process of talking to anybody and everybody in order to help get this idea out the door and help it grow. Thank you. And once again, this is for the Copia Center. You can go to copiacenter.org. And I'm just going to leave you with a little bit here at the end to explain the intent and purpose of the use of Copia. It doesn't really say manufacturing to most people, but the idea of Copia comes from copious, which means abundance. This is what I'm trying to bring about, is this abundance mindset. So Copia is a supply, abundance, copiousness, wealth, riches, plentifulness, multitude, opportunity, facilities, troops, forces, and resources. So this is really why I've decided to focus on this name, because I do think it says what I want to bring about in the world. So, thank you, and there'll be more updates coming soon.